In 2011, Navy SEAL Robert O'Neill claimed he fired the fatal shot that killed Osama bin Laden during the intense raid on his compound. This claim sparked controversy among SEALs, as other team members disputed who took the lethal shot. The raid's bloody aftermath left bin Laden's body in secrecy, deepening the mysteries around that night. In 2022, Navy SEAL candidate Kyle Mullen died after brutal Bud-S training. Pushed to his limits, Mullen faced exhaustion, intense cold, and relentless physical stress. After hours of grueling drills, his body couldn't take any more. Tragically, he died from pneumonia complications. Mullen's death exposes the intense and dangerous world of SEAL training. In 2009, Captain Phillips was held hostage by Somali pirates in a tense standoff on a lifeboat. Navy SEALs launched a daring rescue, with snipers executing 3 pirates in near simultaneous shots. Each shot was fired within a split second, under extreme conditions. The lifeboat was left in eerie silence, ending a harrowing ordeal with precision and deadly force. The Siege of Leningrad lasted 872 days, from 1941 to 1944, marking one of history's most brutal blockades. Over 1 million civilians died from starvation, cold, and bombardment. Residents resorted to extreme measures, including cannibalism, to survive. The harrowing struggle left scars that still haunt the city today. The Doolittle Raid in 1942 was the U.S. response to Pearl Harbor, a daring bombing mission on Tokyo. While it boosted American morale, it had horrifying consequences. Of the 80 crew members, several were captured, some were executed or tortured by Japanese forces. This bold strike came at a steep price, marking a grim chapter in wartime history. The Battle of Midway in June 1942 was a turning point in the Pacific during World War II. Over just 4 days, the U.S. Navy sank 4 Japanese aircraft carriers. But the battle came at a cost. Thousands of lives were lost, including brave sailors and pilots. The haunting cries of the fallen echo through history, marking a bloody clash that altered the course of the war. In 1968, during the Vietnam War's brutal Battle of Khe Sanh, a U.S. Marine helicopter crashed under enemy fire, killing all 13 Marines on board. The site was surrounded by enemy forces, making recovery nearly impossible, leaving wreckage and lives lost in a hostile zone. This tragedy remains a haunting reminder of the war's deadly stakes. In 1961, an Aeroflot Mi-4 helicopter crash in the Soviet Union ended in tragedy, claiming 22 lives. The overloaded helicopter faced mechanical issues mid-flight, spiraling out of control and crashing to the ground. It marked one of the deadliest helicopter accidents of its time, raising concerns about safety protocols in Soviet aviation. Here are the top 10 scary British urban legends that'll send chills down your spine. The Black Shuck, a ghostly black dog said to bring death to those who see it. The Highgate Vampire, a tall, dark figure stalking London's Highgate Cemetery. Spring-Heeled Jack, a leaping-clawed figure terrorizing Victorian England. Bloody Mary. Summon her at your own risk in front of a mirror. The Beast of Bodmin Moor, a giant mysterious cat roaming Cornwall. The Witches of Pendle Hill, 17th century witches haunting Lancashire. The Screaming Skull of Bettiscombe, a skull that screams if removed from its home. Pluckley Village, England's most haunted village. The Man in Grey, a ghost haunting London's Drury Lane Theatre. The Hellhounds of Dartmoor, ominous spectral beasts roaming the moors at night. In 1956, a Bell 47 helicopter crash in France marked the first major civilian helicopter disaster. During a sightseeing flight, mechanical failure led to a terrifying mid-air spin, causing the helicopter to crash to the ground. All on board perished, sparking fears over helicopter safety and leading to stricter regulations for civilian flights. In 2002, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, the TLC rapper, documented eerie signs leading up to her death. She mentioned feeling a spirit following her while on a retreat in Honduras. Days later, she tragically died in a car crash on April 25th, filming her final moments. She was just 30 years old. Some gas stations around the world are more than just eerie. Locals swear they're haunted. In Stuckey's Bridge, Mississippi, a gas station near the bridge is said to be haunted by the ghost of a 1900s innkeeper who was lynched and hanged. Witnesses report flickering lights and shadows lurking by the pumps late at night. In Arizona, an old Route 66 station is known for ghostly encounters. People hear footsteps and feel cold chills while filling up. In Japan, a Tokyo gas station built on an old burial ground has had pumps malfunctioning with no explanation. Strange apparitions in security footage and reports of ghostly whispers. If you stop at one of these haunted spots, beware. You might leave with more than just a full tank. Red Oak Cemetery holds chilling tales of people buried alive. In the 1800s, premature burial fears were real, and many graves had safety coffins with bells to alert if someone was buried by mistake. The tale of Anna Hawk is infamous. She was buried at Red Oak, only for gravediggers to later find scratch marks inside her coffin lid, indicating she'd awoken too late. Similar stories spread, causing a wave of fear. Legends say that on misty nights, you can hear faint scratching sounds from the graves, echoing the panic of those buried alive. Red Oak remains a haunting reminder of one of humanity's darkest fears. Crystal skulls are surrounded by dark mysteries. Here are 5 creepy secrets. Some believe these skulls hold ancient curses, bringing bad luck or even death to anyone who owns one. The Mitchell Hedges skull, discovered in Belize, is rumored to cause hallucinations and strange visions. Legends say crystal skulls were created by lost civilizations, holding knowledge of the world's end. Paranormal investigators report eerie energy from the skulls. Some say they hear whispers when nearby. A Mayan prophecy warns that if all 13 crystal skulls unite, it could either bring enlightenment or disaster. Are they ancient relics or something more sinister? Skinwalker Ranch is infamous for its terrifying paranormal encounters. Here's what makes it so eerie. Ranch workers report seeing shadowy figures, known as skinwalkers, lurking around at night. The ranch is also a hotbed for UFO sightings and strange lights moving across the sky. In one horrifying discovery, mutilated cattle were found with organs removed, without a single drop of blood. Scientists investigating the area have experienced equipment malfunctions, unexplainable illnesses, and even memory loss. Many believe Skinwalker Ranch is cursed, attracting forces beyond our understanding. Scary but life-saving, here are facts you need to know. If you smell something like rotten eggs suddenly, it could be a gas leak. Leave immediately. If you're being followed, head to a busy area and avoid going straight home. In a riptide, don't swim directly to shore. Swim parallel to escape the current. Always check the back seat of your car before getting in. If someone grabs you, drop to the ground, making yourself harder to carry. Keep a glass breaker in your car. Windows can jam during accidents. Simple actions, but they could be the difference between danger and survival. Scary but essential. Here are life-saving facts. If you feel like you're being watched, trust your instincts. Our brains are wired to sense danger. If you get lost in the woods, follow water downhill. It often leads to civilization. Locked in a trunk, pull the interior latch, or kick out the tail lights to signal for help. In a fire, stay low to avoid deadly smoke inhalation. Most victims suffocate before flames reach them. If caught in a crowd surge, keep your arms in front of you like a boxer to create breathing space. These tips may be scary, but they could mean the difference between life and death. Scary facts that might save your life. If you're ever Trapped underwater in a car, remember, wait until the car fills with water to open the door. Pressure needs to equalize. If you're choking and alone, use the edge of a chair to give yourself the Heimlich. Ever feel hair standing on end outside? Seek shelter immediately. Lightning may be about to strike. Never mix bleach and ammonia. This creates deadly toxic gas. When hiking, carry a whistle. 3 short blasts signal distress and can be heard much farther than shouting. These morbid but crucial tips could one day save your life.